Hello twin flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check. Welcome to my channel, whether you are new or you are coming back. I appreciate you all, guys. Thank you so much for your support. And of course, if you like my content, if you like what I'm doing, don't forget to click the like button, to leave a comment and to subscribe to my channel. I hope you're ready for an exciting weekend. Hopefully you have something to look forward to. I know I do, because it's gonna be my first full weekend after my trip for crystal mining. I'm still to show you a few things that I managed to find, but that's one of the reasons I need a weekend to get all that sorted. But it was pretty exciting, and it was the first time that I had a chance to see crystals in their natural habitat and just give it a hand in terms of the process of finding them, mining them. It's almost like a conversation that you have with the mind on, whether it's going to give you those crystals or not. It's always a conversation. Okay, so today I'm going to be using my Sacred Traveler Oracle to begin with, and then we're going to get to this deck. I don't use it a lot, but it is pretty cosmic, pretty amazing in terms of like multi-dimensions that it has. Some of the cards and some of the imagery to me is very down to earth, very 3D, and at the same time some of the cards are talking about galactic journey and the connection with like astrology, planets, and Kabbalah and all of those things. So it's pretty amazing. So using that, and I will use the holographic cards for some clarity. And at the end, I hope we'll have time. If it doesn't get too long, I'll also get some messages between the twins. Okay, let's get started. Let's see what we have for Divine Feminine to begin with. And this weekend, or before this weekend, I'm definitely going to post a video on building healthy boundaries, because I feel that twin flames quite often become victims of, they are being taken advantage of by other people because of their empathy and kindness and the love. And the more we kind of nurture it and we get high vibe, the more people are gonna want to get a piece of that, and be around and get some of that energy. A lot of times subconsciously, but it still leaves us with the responsibility, because we are conscious and we understand how these things work, to be able to protect our energy on the energetic level. So I'll talk about energetic level, and of course I'll talk about building communication and the kind of do's and don'ts in order to build a healthy attachment to someone. If we're talking about some conscious, building a connection with someone in your life that you feel is important. Okay, what do we have for Divine Feminines? Of course, if you're interested in a private reading or coaching session, do not hesitate to reach out via email address. There's also my website, mindfulbamboo.com, where you can find some blog articles, and I will actually do an article on boundaries as well. But I want to start with the video, and then I'll also do an article format for it. And of course, there is another channel that I have. It is for everyone and anyone, and it is focused on tarot readings by zodiac signs. There's a reference in the description box below, so you're welcome to follow it. I have all the readings for June posted. I will be doing July readings probably a week from now. I might also do the intermediate reading for the solstice, we'll see. Okay, so Divine Feminines, we have uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. To me, this is the treasure that you'll find in terms of your gifts and skills. And it could be more practical around mission and what you can do as your light worker service. It could also be your personal skills that you'll find will help you expand your life and build something new and beautiful, right? Try something different, that sort of idea. somewhere where you didn't expect. That's what I'm getting. That's the strong point about that message. It's gonna be uncovering treasure in a very unexpected place for yourself. Grounding, go deep, explore your roots. So for some, it's a message of going to your ancestors for advice, for guidance, for learning more about where you come from, your ancestral line, Akashic records, that sort of idea. For others, it's more around grounding yourself, and this could be different rituals connected with the element of earth. It could be also working with your root and sacral chakras to be able to have that healthy feeling of safety and security. And it's, not by accident that this is the first chakra, the root chakra, because that's where you start, right? It's like, you cannot really go into those high vibe spaces and other realms if you don't have a basic security for yourself around your energy field. Taking shelter, the answers are within. Yeah, so more kind of wink towards inner work. Oops. Well, you saw the card. I couldn't have done it again if I wanted to. This is about, again, gifts and new information that's going to come from within. So even when I say go to ancestors, it doesn't mean that you can, of course, if they're alive, you can go to them by all means. But this is more about going within to kind of call on them for your journey, to help you, answer the questions that you have right now. It's still an inner work process, because essentially, like from the distance to anyone watching, it will just be you and nobody else doing something, right? But what is going on inside of you, right? You can have a conversation with several entities about your ancestry line. Why not? Okay, what do we have for divine masculines? We're still in Gemini season as I'm doing this reading, but we will be moving to Cancer pretty soon. So we are still in the Gemini space, so you may find that although there is no Mercury retrograde now, but you may find that because Mercury turned direct, you may find that this time until the 22nd of June, 23rd of June, that you will see new ways of communicating with people. You will see new ways of building relationships or of getting your message across, where before in some situations it felt like you're doing your best to explain your situation, your point of view, whatever. People just don't get it. It just... But this time it will get you some aha moment. It's like, oh yeah, that's what's going to speak to that person. Or in order to understand how to deliver a message to a specific person, I need to do 1, 2, 3 kind of prep work to understand what's going to speak to them. Something along those lines. So pay attention to that in the next, few days basically, right? Because Cancer season starts about a week from now. So yeah, within the next week. For masculines, we have Gates of Triumph. Success expands in your life. This is so beautiful. And I would say masculines truly deserve it. The collective that I'm reading for, we've seen how much they've been going through lately, how many lessons they've been learning and integrating into their life. This energy, jolt, and support that they're getting from the divine and from divine feminine, how it's impacting their life finally in a positive way. And it's actually interesting because I haven't started my shuffle of the main deck yet. I just did the pre-shuffle, but the card underneath that's looking at me right now as I'm pulling this card is 6 of Wands, which is basically the referencing card for the same message, the same energy about the public triumph. It's beautiful. Okay, let's get into tarot now. What kind of energy do we have for divine feminines right now? Divine feminine collective. What's the energy like? What are divine feminines working through? Okay, this is Five of Swords, and in this deck it's about inner child work actually. It's very straightforward, right? Sometimes you just ask a question and you get a very straightforward answer. That's one of those things that it's... I'm gonna pull a clarifier, but yeah, it's about inner child work, really. I'm getting immediately that there was something in your childhood that you didn't allow yourself to go for. Maybe your parents didn't allow you, but somehow it was a taboo to do something that you wanted to, that you had a dream about. Maybe your friends were doing it, you wanted to try as well. And now it's kind of like coming full circle and you're getting a new opportunity to involve yourself into that area. And maybe even subconsciously get those emotions of excitement because you're getting to finally do that something. You know, like, I don't know, roller skating or what? Going for a trip, for a long distance trip or something. Maybe painting your hair pink. I mean, it could be anything really, small or big, but it's something that will excite you because it will speak to your inner child directly, immediately. What do we have for Divine Masculine? What are Divine Masculines working through on their journey these days? So you have to pick it up. We have the Dominion, which is Two of Wands, and we have Swiftness, just communication. This is Eight of Wands. So yeah, they make 10 of Wands together. Remember what the card for Divine Masculine was yesterday? It was 10 of Wands, just reminding you. Just saying, you know, we have 10 of Wands, but now they kind of split out. And that means that Divine Masculines actually, and you see the Swiftness has a lot of lightning and rainbow and kind of connection again between like the earth and the sky. So to me, and of course Two of Wands as well, because the guy is definitely in that manifesting mode and holding the world in his hand. So to me, this is the transmutation of the Ten of Wands energy into something constructive and positive. As I was saying when I spoke about the Gates of Truth card, that Divine Masculines are now turning those lessons and that new energy that they've integrated into something positive on the 3D level, right? Into the way they communicate. And we just had that, I just had said a few words about Gemini season and finding new ways to get your message across. And for masculines, I also spoke about that yesterday when I talked about one of the lessons that the masculine is learning, or maybe the day before, with the closure of a cycle, was their full moon in Sag. And that's about expressing themselves, having that courage to be unapologetically themselves. And that's what I'm seeing here. That's like they're coming out in their fullness and their greatness and their masculinity. So those burdens that have been facing, they're now transmuting that into new powerful energy to show themselves as they are and to speak for themselves and for others that they care about. Okay, and the additional questions, so I didn't even need the clarifiers for this. The additional question I'm going to ask today is going to be, how are these lessons helping twins build their legacy and build that great something that's going to be the ultimate, you know, that's going to be the ultimate contribution that generations to come will remember and cherish. Let's see what it means for Divine Feminines. Okay, we have, is it Queen of Cups? It's Queen of Cups. And for, yeah, I'll pull a clarifier for that. And for the masculines, we have, what are Divine Masculines? How are these lessons building legacy for Divine Masculines? Wow, oh my gosh, the King of Cups. We have the Queen and the King of Cups. I think we don't even need clarifications here. So for both of the twins, what the lessons that you guys are learning right now, for the most part separately from each other, but still, you know, with important people, events, and circumstances in your 3D lives. You're becoming this ultimate king and queen of cups, this ultimate lovers from capital L, that will know what love is, what unconditional love is, what love is through timelines and lifetimes and centuries and galaxies, right? And how love can nurture and change people for the better. And you know how this is the, oh, I'm getting this image, how this is the ultimate energy that you cannot kill, you cannot get rid of it, right? That's our life force, so to speak. That's really beautiful. And that even if you've been to, and that's how we're born, right? With this love in our heart, with the open heart, right? With this innocence and excitement and being the love. And although our 3D life here on Earth actually brings a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, a lot of pain on top of that innocence and love, there is still a possibility with the energy of love, with finding this love every day in big things and little things. It helps you heal, and it helps you become someone so powerful and so significant that you could have never imagined for yourself. And that's where the stories will come together, where the twins, like neither of the twins imagined that there would be this role model in their community, that they will build this legacy of how to nurture this love, how to heal, how to find the light in the darkest times and help people move forward and find hope and take the high road and not just take the easier way out or something that other people will approve of, right? Amazing, amazing energy. Okay, we have a little bit of time left, so I'm gonna do messages between the twins. Just do a quick shuffle. I'm going to use my Hermit Tarot deck, the talking cards. Let's see what we have, what kind of messages we have from Divine Masculines to Divine Feminines today. Wow, amazing message about this divine love. I'm just still processing for myself. It's pretty cool. Okay, we have, I'm absolutely in love with you. How about that? I think we should see other people. Have I lost everything? And maybe. Yeah, so what I get from this kind of, you know, contradictory energies, that Divine Masculine sees you as someone so beautiful that as it often happens, at least at the earliest stages of masculine awareness, is that they get scared and they feel like they're not good enough. That's why they see these messages of like, maybe there is no hope for me, or for me to have that kind of love in my life, that kind of life partner. Maybe I have to settle for my whatever I have in front of me, because that is not available to me anymore. It's like in this maybe energy, right? It's not that they've given up, but they have doubts. And seeing other people, it's them kind of saying that they definitely don't feel they are in the best space and, you know, in the best energy right now for this union. And they know that they could be better, you know, could do better, and that they will need some time to get their shit together. And they don't want you to be alone during this time, Divine Feminine. They don't want this to be a reason for you to feel like you don't have support, like you don't have that, you know, romantic love in your life, that nobody's taking care of you, right? And if you feel like you need someone, maybe it's best to see other people than just to, you know, to be in the waiting energy. Or even for the masculines, if they know that this is what's going on, to kind of try to come forward without being ready. That would be much worse. And they understand that, and that's the message that they're sending. Okay, messages from Divine Feminine to Divine Masculine. Okay. These cards aren't easiest to shuffle. Okay. We have, you are so very special. My favorite number 21. It's actually also about fresh start, new beginning, and being able, that's what I'm hearing, being able to see your masculine with the new eyes, right? That they've changed, that they have capacity to change even more, to someone that they will admire and love, and someone that you will admire and cherish, appreciate, and, you know, value beside you. And I'm sorry. Yeah, so this is Divine Feminine feeling a little guilty about the stuff that they, let me put this in another way. They feel like they're being behind on certain milestones and certain goals on this journey. It could be about shadow work, could be about mission, because we speak a lot about mission and that this is a mandatory prerequisite for the union. It's not like you come to union and then you can do mission. No. Although you will definitely have a lot more, you know, opportunities and variety of the mission work that you'll do once you come together. It means, especially for Divine Feminine, because our main, like, we are the leaders in the spiritual path and following and doing spiritual work in the twin flame couple. We are more in 5D space, and we're supposed to lead the way in terms of fulfilling our destiny as a light worker and as a contributor in this society. So, but if you feel like you haven't accomplished that or you're behind, don't feel bad, and you are exactly where you're supposed to be. That's my message to you today, and somebody needed to hear that. You're very special. And I know this is a message from the FTDM, but yes, Divine Feminines, you're very special. So don't be sorry if you feel like you could be doing better, or you could be further along the journey. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. And time is an illusion anyway, right? It's a very relative concept that we need here on Earth. But really, if you think about it, at the same time, you have just a now moment, or you have all the time in the world that you need. So don't fret about it. Try to find peace with where you are, and have the things develop naturally and have that energy flow. Just be open to the possibilities that are open up to you, but don't necessarily try to rush and to push things forward just because you feel like after, I don't know, I used to be like that actually. Like, I've been on this journey for X amount of time. I should have been further along, and I can compare it to other people. Or, you know that I'm supposed to be with my person, and yeah, I understand that it needs to happen in the nearest future because XYZ, you have your reasons. So that's the way for me to bring it closer, and somehow I'm just not able to do that, right? Don't think that way. Allow, and that's when the things are gonna start magically turning around for you, if you felt that hasn't been happening lately. Although there's a lot of stuff, and remember that before it gets manifested in 3D, it goes through that process in 5D, and there is a bit of a delay between how you've been in the right energy, in the right frame of mind, you've manifested correctly, and then how it manifests, and like how it integrates into the actual 3D space. So just be patient. Okay, I hope this has been good for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this has been helpful, and I will see you, and I'll be here with more readings very, very soon. Bye, everyone.